Hello, everyone. My name is Jermeen, and I am the owner and founder of Visionary Accounting Group. And today we are going to be talking about our seasonal service, tax time tune-up, and what exactly it is, who it's for, and what it is that you get out of it, right? So I am not going to waste any of your time. We're going to jump right in. So a little bit of backstory. Back in 2015, I opened up a brick and mortar tax office in the community, and it was meant for me to serve as a resource to individuals and business owners in the area in the way of tax preparation. One of the things that was very noticeable or prevalent was the lack of literacy as it related to taxes. And that was both on individuals' part and business owners. The type of questions I was getting, the lack of documentation, the lack of just understanding what it really meant to file taxes, to make sure that you filled out your paperwork correctly, to make sure that your documentation was complete and that you had everything before you filed. Like, it was pure chaos most times. But it was also very eye-opening. And while I don't fault other big tax offices, a lot of these chains, a lot of times they don't educate you. And that was the big piece that I felt was missing. So people were just coming in, wanting to get their taxes filed, crossing their fingers and praying for a refund. But half the time you couldn't tell me what you made during the year, what expenses you had, whether or not, you were thinking or planning that you were going to owe, or whether you were going to get a refund. And it's just like they would come in stressed, overwhelmed, angry. I've had someone kick my window in the tax office due to having to owe the IRS. And I just found that a lot of times tax accountants or tax preparers weren't taking enough time to educate these business owners and these individuals who were coming with them with their very personal and private information to have their taxes filed, which is something that they couldn't forego. And they just weren't treating them well. And so, unfortunately, I did not keep my office. I became just really quick sidebar. I became pregnant with my daughter, and it just was a lot. And so I decided to close the office, but I didn't want to close the door on people that I knew that I could be of assistance to and that I could help, which is what launched me into this platform. Visionary Accounting Group has, yes, wow is right. Visionary Accounting Group has taken a few iterations. Initially, I started out just kind of giving a lot of financial literacy information, but I realized even that wasn't enough. I realized that business owners truly, truly, truly needed more. Just teaching you and educating you wasn't enough. If you just weren't well versed in taxes, if you weren't well versed in accounting, like, you just weren't going to get it. And I don't blame you. A lot of times, you don't have the time to sit there and try to figure out how to run every area of your business. That's why you outsource and you hire professionals, right? And so I just continue to see that business owners were very overwhelmed, confused as it related to their finances. They thought that they should only be keeping up with their accounting and bookkeeping as it related to taxes, and that's completely not true. And I just wanted to come up with a solution. I just wanted to fill a gap for these business owners who you absolutely have to file. You absolutely should be keeping up with their accounting, but they're just not connecting the dots. Then tax season comes, they're stressed, they're overwhelmed, they're filing late. Some are not filing. I've had business owners who have come to me who haven't filed in years. The IRS is on their trail. They owe the IRS for years and years. So it's just not the way to be. Your business is not meant to be run like a hobby. It's not meant to be run ad hoc. You need to make sure that you have a proper process in place and that you plan for tax season, because it comes around every single year. And so with that, with me wanting to create a service that would help you prepare for tax time, that's where the tax time tune-up came into play. The first year I introduced it was last year. And it was just because, honestly, I was tired of business owners coming to me in April with a shoebox full of receipts. And that's if they had that. I've had some people come to me and say, I run a business. I have no clue what's going on inside of it, but I need to file taxes. And they were just expecting me to create magic and to figure it out. And I was like, this is just not how you run a business. And it's also not the best use of your time or mine. So with creating the tax time tune-up, it is all about preparing your business for tax time. It's all about getting ready for tax season. It's all about reducing the headache, the overwhelm, the stress that you might be feeling when that season comes up. It's about being prepared, if need be, to pay your taxes. It's about getting set up on a payment plan if you know you're not able to, or getting a clean slate with the IRS if you know you've owed them and you haven't filed in years and things like that. Like, it really is about organizing your finances and your tax situation so that you can enter the new year stress-free with a plan and with a clear mind to run your business without having the cloud of tax season hanging over you. Honestly, that's truly, truly, truly what it is. And so I just quickly want to walk through what you actually get when you sign up for the tax time tune-up service. So it is a bundled service. And one of the things that you walk away with is we go through your business's financial performance for the year. This also helps us to get prepared to file your tax return, but it also gives us a bird's eye view of what actually happened in your business during the year. And then we're able to relay that information to you, because if your accounting or bookkeeping is behind, 9 times out of 10, you have no clue how your business performed. So we do the cleanup and the catch up for the entire year so that you have a clear, clean set of books. Then we get you on the straight and narrow with the IRS. So if you owe them, if you owe them, if you need to get set up on a payment plan, if you're scared of them, you don't know what you owe them, any issues surrounding, your dealings with the IRS, we work with you to get you on a straight and narrow. We file your taxes. And so by having clean and clear books, that makes filing your taxes, of course, much easier, and it makes the process much smoother. And then we also provide you with an end of year tax report, which essentially includes details about your business's performance for that year, any tax savings, things that you need to be thinking about or considering for either that tax season or the next, recommendations. Because the thing is, you should really be preparing for tax season all throughout the year. So while you may be technically, let's say we're now in October, we'll be moving into November. So while you're getting a bit of a head start, technically there are people who've had a tax plan for the entire year, right? So there may be things that you can't take advantage of now, but you will walk away understanding and knowing what those things are so you can take advantage of them for the next tax season. And we give you all of that in a clear, concise, documented way. And by doing so, honestly, you have a clear understanding of your business's performance with areas of improvement, so things that you need to consider for the next year. You also have a plan and a path for dealing with the IRS, because they can be scary. They have the ability to garnish, and a lot of times you can evade them. Let's just be honest, you can't get around paying them. One of the things that you have to do as a business owner, as an individual, is pay taxes. Now, how much? Depends on your business. Whether you get a refund depends on your business. But if you have no clue what happened in your business throughout the year, how will you know what your tax situation is going to look like? And that was the issue that I was having with a lot of business owners. They were just stressed and worried, and some of them for no reason, because they got a refund. But you know why they were stressed and worried? Because they hadn't been keeping up with their business's finances throughout the year. And you get a tax return accurately filed. We do e-file here. I am a licensed tax preparer, so I do have a P10. So I sign personally your tax return. So it's not like you have your friend's brother or somebody doing it where you're signing the return, but someone else is filing it for you. We don't do that here. And we hold your hand post-filing. I've had clients who, after they filed their return, sometimes the IRS has sent them correspondence asking for follow-up on certain things, or maybe they might have been randomly audited. And if that's the case, we walk you through that. We work with you to get through that. We don't just leave you high and dry after we file your taxes. And so if this sounds like something you need, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you do, because like I said, I have been doing this for almost 10 years, and there is not a year that has gone by where I haven't had a business owner come to me overwhelmed and stressed about not having kept up with their finances, and now tax season is close by and they're stressed and they're overwhelmed and they're worried. And honestly, you can outsource that to us. Tax Time Tune-Up, like I said, is a seasonal service. We will be offering it all throughout tax season, but there are only 10 spots. So if I were you, if this sounds like something that you, your business could use, you could use, please, I invite you to set up a free consult. If you head to the link in my bio, you will get the link to my schedule there, and you can set up some time on my calendar so we can discuss and make sure that it is a great fit for you, so that we can get your business prepared for tax season and that you don't have to deal with the stress, the overwhelm, the aggravation that comes with dealing with tax time. And so if you have any other questions about what the service entails, please DM me. I will answer all of your questions as it relates to the service. And if you don't have any questions, but you want to move forward, please, I invite you to schedule a call so we can get started. The sooner, the better, as we are inching our way into the end of the year. And it's definitely important that you have your accounting caught up so that you can make sure that as you move into tax season that things move smoothly. That is it for this episode of Not Your Parents' Accountant. The difference being with this service is that we hold your hand the entire way. So from cleaning up the books to actually filing the return and any post correspondence that may happen with the IRS. So this was created for business owners who are making money. And let me put it out there, there are times where you might be making money, but your business may be operating at a loss. Again, you might not know that if you haven't been keeping up with your finances. So if you run a business and you have to file taxes, which is most of y'all, right? Then this is for you. And so, like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please slide into the DMs and I will answer them. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.